So our initial velocity is 12 meters per second. Our initial height is 1 meter. We're trying to solve for different heights and maximum heights for this problem. So let's start with my velocity. So my velocity, actually, let's think about this. Let's start with acceleration. So we are on Earth for this problem. And we are talking about this in terms of meters per second for velocity. So that means my acceleration will be meters per second squared. And because I'm on Earth, there is one thing that is going to affect my acceleration when I throw something in the air, and that is gravity. So gravity on Earth is going to be negative 9.8 meters per second squared. Okay, so you actually here you need to start with knowing that acceleration on Earth is the gravity component, and your gravity component is going to be negative 9.8 meters per second squared. If it was feet, it would be negative 16. Negative 16, negative 32 meters per second squared. So from here, I can find the antiderivative. So that's negative 9.8 t plus c. And since my initial velocity is 12, if I plug in t equals 0, 12 is equal to 0 plus c. So c is equal to 12. So my velocity is equal to negative 9.8 t plus 12. And then my initial height, because I do want to find the height function in order to find the height at 1 and 2 seconds, I'm going to find the antiderivative, which is going to be negative 9.8 over 2 t squared plus 12t plus c. The initial height is 1, so that's at t equals 0. So c is equal to 1. So the height is negative 9.8 over 2 t squared plus 12t plus 1. Okay, so the height at 1 second, so s of 1 would equal negative 9.8 over 2 times 1 squared plus 12 plus 1, which is 13 minus 9.8 divided by 2. Let me plug that in really quick. Negative 9.8 divided by 2 plus 13 is 8.1 meters. And then s of 2 would be negative 9.8 over 2 times t squared, which would be 4, plus 12 times 2 plus 1, which is plus 24 plus 1, so plus 25, 5.4 meters. All right. When did the eraser reach a maximum height? So when is its height at a maximum? And that is when the velocity is equal to 0. So go back to your velocity function, set it equal to 0, and that will give you your maximum. So negative 12 divided by negative 9.8 is going to be the time that occurs. So that's going to be 12 over 9.8. 1.224 seconds is when you have a maximum. And what was the max height? So that's S of 1.224. And that is going to be 1.224. And I'm actually going to use more decimal places because I want to make sure I'm really accurate. So remember to use that like second answer feature on your calculator when you are plugging in numbers to make sure that you have a totally accurate answer. If you round to 3 decimal places, your answer might be off. Because remember, it's your final answer needs to be rounded to 3 decimal places, but your work as you go should be rounded to more than 3 decimal places. So just use that store feature on your calculator so that you end up with an accurate answer. And the accurate answer is 8.347 seconds. So again, if you did not get this answer, you probably didn't use enough decimal places. Use that second answer feature, or you can use like the store feature on your calculator to make sure that you're really, really accurate when you plug in non-exact answers.